I'm really excited to show you the Quick Cooker. This is really my favorite new fall product. It has made such a huge difference in how we've been able to cook, especially on busy nights and through the week, because we've been able to make delicious meals that normally you'd only have time for during the weekend. So this has been great. Tonight we're going to do a chicken Parmesan pasta. And the Quick Cooker actually comes with this great recipe book. All the recipes have been developed and thoroughly tested by the Pampered Chef. And that's another great reason why Pampered Chef is so trusted with all their products. We actually do have test kitchens and staff. That's their job, is to develop recipes, to test recipes, to work with the products, so they know exactly what's going to give you a great result and what's going to be safe for your family. So we're going to do the chicken Parmesan pasta. So what I've done already, one of the settings that we have on our our Quick Cooker is the sear setting. So I put about a tablespoon of olive oil in the bottom, and then I've got about a pound of chicken tenders, and we're going to season these with the garlic and herb rub. So we're just going to season those really, really well, and then we're going to put half of them in there at a time. We're going to just do we're going to kind of brown these on the outside. They're not going to be cooked all the way through. We're going to actually pressure cook them, but we're going to start them off on sear just to get that good flavor. Just kind of lock all that in. So I'm going to put half of these in. Let's see, okay, so half of these in. And then we're just going to let those saute a little bit. And while we're doing that, let me tell you just really quick about some of the other features of the Quick Cooker. So we also have a proof setting, so you can actually proof your bread. On that setting, you can also make yogurt. We have 16 different settings. Everything from chicken and poultry, beef and pork, fish and seafood. You can do soup and make stock, beans, stews and chili, and then desserts. And then we can also do white rice, brown rice, and whole grains like quinoa. So we're on the sear setting. You can also steam, slow cook, and then of course I mentioned proof. We have a time delay, so if you want to do maybe steel cut oatmeal for breakfast, you can set that before you go to bed. So you can set it to delay, so it's done right on time. So we're going to just get that brown on the outside. Smells delicious. This is one of my favorite rubs. This is the garlic and herb. Oh gosh, it smells so good. So all of our rubs and seasonings are gluten-free. So this one is a delicious one. It's a good basic all-purpose seasoning. It's great with a lot of different things. So once we have these kind of brown on each side, then we're going to just put them out on a plate and do the other half. I probably could have done the other part all in there at once, but Pampered Chef tells me to do something, I try to follow the recipe. So we're going to, okay, that looks great. Like I said, it's not supposed to be cooked through. We're just kind of making it brown on the outside. So we're just going to pop that out. Smells delicious. Now I want to mention too that this is a 6-quart capacity inner pot, so you can make a lot of food. You can really put a lot in here. I can actually do 2 racks of ribs in less than an hour, and they are so good. So I'm going to put just a teeny bit more oil in there. I'm going to stand back just in case it splatters. Okay, and let that heat up a little bit, and then I'll pop the rest of it in there. Okay, so there we go. Put that out of the way. So it smells delicious. So the other ingredients that we're going to use tonight are, we're going to use penne pasta, and this just a jar of your favorite marinara sauce. So this is a roasted garlic. I thought that'd be great. And then we're gonna make kind of the breading. It's not actually gonna be breaded chicken, but it's kind of a breaded topping with panko and butter, and of course some mozzarella. So once we get our chicken all set, this is really the most prep that you have to do, just to kind of get the chicken done. And then we're gonna, now you could also throw some other vegetables in here if you wanted to do maybe some peppers and onions. You could do that. I'm just going kind of simple tonight, but it's just a simple, delicious, easy recipe. And it smells great. So we're coming up on fall, so all those good comfort food recipes just hit the spot. All right, so we just about got that done. Now I used a little bit of olive oil in there. You could also use canola. We have some delicious garlic infused canola that would be perfect in this too. So again, I'm following the recipe, but next time I may experiment just a little bit. Okay, so once we got that all set, ready to go. And another thing I wanted to show you, the cookbook that comes with it has a really great guide. It tells you some easy things you can do to get started. If you're like me, I was very intimidated by pressure cookers in general. I was really afraid to try. I was really intrigued, but I was really afraid I would, make a big mess in my kitchen or blow something up. So this really gave me a lot of confidence. With Pampered Chef, it's gonna be safe. So it gives you some ways to get started, and then it also gives you all the cook times you need for beans, for rice, for different grains. It gives you cook times and how to do vegetables, all different kinds of vegetables, and also all different kinds of meat and poultry. So there's no guessing. You can just go straight to the guide and figure out pretty much anything you'd want to cook. And then all the recipes are just really hearty, great dinners. There's some desserts in here. There's a bread recipe. So this one is the chicken Parmesan that we're gonna do. So once we've got the chicken all brown, now remember, it's not cooked through. We're just kind of doing the outside. So also we've got that good fond in the bottom of the pan that smells amazing. I'm gonna scrape a little bit of that up so it'll get really in our sauce, kind of deflace that a little bit. Okay, so once the chicken is brown, then we're going to add all the chicken back to the quick cooker, and then we're gonna add our whole jar. This is 24 ounces of our pasta. We're gonna add a cup of water, and then we're gonna add half a box of penne. You can use a different type of pasta, but it's supposed to be 8 ounces, and this is 16. So this is gonna be about half the box. You could double it, but you would need 2 jars of sauce and double the chicken. Now the more food you have in your quick cooker, the longer it will take to come to pressure. So just kind of be aware of that. Okay, so I'm gonna stop the sear really quick. Okay, and then I'm gonna return the rest of the chicken to the inner pot. Okay, so we're also gonna do pasta sauce. If I can open it, my hands are greasy. So it's a good, trusty, quick way to open. So we're going to do our jar of sauce. You got your little skinny scraper, you can get in there and get the rest of that out. So you could do homemade sauce if you have some that you've you've canned or frozen. I'm just doing, this one's from Trader Joe's. You could do any kind that you like. But of course they have all different flavors. So just find one that's got a great flavor and just put all that in there. And then we're going to do half the box of penne. So I'm gonna kind of guess. I should have measured it out, but it's by weight, not by cups or anything, so I'm just gonna guess. So the great thing about using all that sauce, you don't have to use much water. And we're not gonna have to drain everything. Everything's all done in the pot, nothing extra to do. Okay, so once we've done that, okay, so now all we have to do is put the lid on, and the lid locks down firmly. So we're gonna put it on like this. It makes little music for me, I love it. And turn it so we know it's locked. Now, some of the safety features I love about the quick cooker, the sides stay cool, and the handles are down here, so it's really easy to lift and carry places. The steam release is way up here, but the button to release the steam is way back here. So I'm gonna make sure that's down. You want your steam indicator is gonna be down, and when it's under pressure, this little red button's gonna pop up. So I know as long as it's under pressure, this lid will not open. Okay, so we're gonna put it on the chicken setting, I think. Let me double check, make sure. The chicken. Okay, we're gonna do custom on this one. So we're gonna do the custom setting. Oh, let's see, custom. And then we're gonna do, I'm still learning, y'all. Okay, so custom setting and then 5 minutes. Now, this is not gonna take 5 minutes to cook, but once it comes to pressure, it only takes 5 minutes from that point. So remember, the more food that you have in there, the longer it'll take for it to come to pressure. So we're just gonna hit start. And as long as this is going around and around, it's coming to pressure. So it's taking that moisture, it's pressurizing everything. And when this pops up, that'll mean it's under pressure, and then the countdown will start. So I'm gonna come back in just a few minutes and show you the finished product. So I'm gonna show you the finished product of the chicken Parmesan pasta. So it took a few minutes for it to come to pressure. It took maybe about 12 minutes. So that'll vary based on how much liquid is in there, how much food is in there, how much air. So that took, you know, figure about, allow maybe 15 minutes for it to come to pressure. And you can see it's under pressure because the red indicator has popped up. And then you also see my 5 minutes have started to count down. So that means in just a couple of minutes, we're gonna be 2 more minutes, we're gonna be ready to enjoy our pasta. So in the meantime, I'm gonna do a couple of things to finish it off. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna melt my butter. I've got about a tablespoon of butter. So we'll do about 45 seconds. So we're gonna also do, once our butter's melted, we're going to use panko. Now panko is usually, it's a traditional kind of a breadcrumb. You'll usually find it either with the stuffing, sometimes you'll find it with the Asian food section. So it makes a really nice breading. It's very light. Like I said, our chicken is not really breaded. We're just kind of putting that breading kind of crumbly on top to get that kind of hint of a real chicken Parmesan. So it called for seasoned panko, which I don't have, so I'm gonna add a little extra of the garlic and herb rub. I think I've got butter everywhere. So, I hate when I do that. So, let it go a little bit long, but that's okay. So, 1/4 cup of the panko. And then we're gonna do, the great thing about these lids is that if you go to the top groove, that's about a tablespoon. So, I'm gonna do about a tablespoon or so of this. Okay, so we're gonna just mix that up. So, it's just kind of like just enough to kind of, the butter just kind of is enough to bind it together. And then we're going to, let's see, put it back in the microwave, and we're gonna go about 30-45 more seconds and kind of toast that just a little bit. So pop that back in there. Okay. So now you'll see that our timer has gone off on our quick cooker. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and I'm gonna hit cancel. And then I'm going to manually release the pressure. Depending on what you're cooking, sometimes you let that steam release by itself, and sometimes you manually release the steam. So you want to put it away from your cabinets, away from your wall. So you can, if you don't have an island like I do, you can just set it on a table. You just want to make sure it's not going to, make steam go all over your wall. So I'm just going to hit this. And so we're going to release that steam. And that's going to release all that pressure. And once now of course stay away from that. But I love how Pampered Chef put the button far away from there. So that steam is going away from me. It's far away from my fingers, from my body. So that was one thing that really always worried me about pressure cookers. So I feel really safe with this. The sides are still cool enough to touch. So I could even pick it up and move it if I wanted to. So we're just gonna let all that steam come out. You see it's still kind of coming out there. All right, so still coming out just a little bit. So that builds a lot of pressure, but it's the chicken and everything is gonna be so good. It's so delicious. You just wouldn't believe all the great meals that you can make so quickly with this. So I'm just completely won over by this pressure cooker. Okay, so you'll see my little red indicator button went back down, so the pressure has been released. So I'm going to turn it right here to open it, and you can see how good this looks. So let me kind of stir it up so you can see how it came out. Oh my gosh, it smells great. So, like I said, you could switch around your seasonings, choose your different sauce. We're going to we're actually going to put some shredded mozzarella on here. Now, my tip is always shred your own cheese because it's so much better. You don't have all those additives and anti-caking agents. It's just cheese. It melts better. It tastes better. So, it's awesome. So you could put a little Parmesan, little Romano, just whatever kind of cheese you like there. But this is the microplane coarse grater, so it's perfect for kind of firm cheese like mozzarella. But see how pretty that is? You don't get pretty shredded cheese like that out of a bag for sure. So you want to make sure that you shred that. So good. And then we're going to actually use those breadcrumbs on there too. So we're going to top it with the cheese and just kind of let it all melt. So I'm going to throw that in there. And it's just it's warm enough, it's going to melt there. Now, a great thing about the cleanup, super, super easy. This pot is dishwasher safe, and it came really clean. I'd made the chicken teriyaki recipe in it a couple of nights ago and ran it through the dishwasher. It came so clean. I was really impressed because I thought no way would it come clean, but it did. And then we're gonna this is our kind of breading that we're gonna use on the top. So notice it's a little bit more crumbly and then it kind of toasted. So that's gonna be our breading for the chicken. So we'll just top that. And then we're ready to go. That's really all there is to it. I mean, super, super easy. You figure in prep time, pressurizing, cooking, and all. I started this 30 minutes ago. So really easy, delicious meal. Like I said, you can double it. It'll just take a little bit longer to come to pressure, but you don't have to add any additional time to the cook time. So it'll just take a little bit longer to pressurize because of the difference in the amount of food, the amount of liquid, and the amount of air. So there's just so many things you can do. You can do cheesecake, I did a delicious homemade chocolate pudding. You can do ribs. Oh my gosh, the ribs absolutely fall off the bone. You can stuff it full of frozen chicken and have frozen chicken done in just under an hour. So it's just amazing if you meal prep, if you need something quick through the week. You would not go wrong with this. And of course, you got the Pampered Chef to back you up. It's got a 1-year guarantee, and they have done such a good job. They have thought of everything with this product. We also have accessories to go with it that I want to show you. And so the accessories include a wire rack. You can put the wire rack in the bottom. So for instance, you can steam hard-boiled eggs. You can put the rack in here, and you can set the ceramic pot on top of it. So we've got the ceramic pot and the cradle, and then we also have a springform pan so you can make cheesecake. So you can actually do, for instance, for the chicken teriyaki, I put the chicken in the bottom, and then I did rice in the bowl. So you can do several things at once. So you can do everything in your quick cooker. So it's just amazing. So I would love to come show this to you and your friends. You just can't imagine how good this smells. So if you'd love for me to come show it to you, I would love to do that. So it's delicious. You wouldn't believe how great everything comes out. And hosts can get this 60% off this month. So it's amazing. Pampered Chef is never going to come out with a low-end market product. So they always come out with high-end products, and this one is totally worth it. It is wonderful. So I would love to help you get this for free or at a huge discount. So I'm going to come back in just a second and show you some more products, but I'm going to kind of clear this out of the way, and I'll be right back.